Hi, I'm Lisa from Mullum Mud. We do workshops here to teach people how to work on potter's wheels, also hand sculpt and other various types of pottery. This is a really quick film clip on the resources that you'll have if you come to one of our workshops. We walk through this with you step at a time. We show you the tools that you'll need. The clay is provided, ready for you to make your pot. This is the sort of pot that you will make. These are from people that have never used a potter's wheel in their life before. Some of the resources are, once we've been through a workshop together and I've had a little bit of one-on-one time with each person, we also have handouts that show us how to prepare clay, how to think about a design of a pot, how to centre, pull the walls up, and lastly, turn your pot upside down and make a beautiful foot rim. Then you have a USB stick with these little video clips on it, so that at a given stage a bit later on, if you'd like to come and use the studio and just have a go on your own at your own leisure with no tuition, you have all the backup of these little clips on your USB stick which go up to our big screen for you. These wheels are all centered to look at the screen, so it's quite easy for you to plug and play, look at your handouts and enjoy your afternoon potting. So the first thing is, with one of the handouts, is to prepare clay. We'll do that really quickly. We just roll it into a ram's head, which we go into further at the workshop, but this is a really simple quick clip to give you the idea on what you'll go through with us at the workshop. Okay, so we've wedged that. We'll probably spend about a good 10 minutes on that subject alone, because preparing your clay is the most important thing if you're going to pull the beautiful walls up and make a beautiful bowl. It's all about preparing your clay first up. So now we'll pop a bat on the wheel head. It's good and tough. Put our clay in the centre where we think it might go. Now we're going to slap it down into place until we feel like it's been slapped into place enough. We run our finger around the bottom, which locks our clay onto the wheel head so it doesn't slip off and hit your neighbour having a go on their potter's wheel. Now, centering. This is the first part of making your bowl. Pushing my thumbs down, putting all the force of my arm and all the strength pushing from the heel of my hand right here, that is on the wheel head at all times and pushes into the clay so that it keeps the clay sturdy. This hand comes in and does all the work to make them both at the same pressure. You lock your thumbs together. Usually at all times you have your thumbs locked together, or one finger touching a thumb or a finger, which gives you all the control that you need for every step of the way. Right, so we're going to center this piece of clay, which we've done just now, and we'll go into lengths that if you come to the workshop. We're going to cone up and down a couple of times to get all the crystals in the clay nice and locked in together, ready to unfold and turn into a lovely side of a wall for a bowl. Again, we'll cone up a second time and come back down. And now we're ready to make our bowl. This lovely stuff is called slip. Keeps your hands slippery. Really important to have a nice little bank of that on the side of your wheel basin. So now we've got this perfectly centered ball of clay. We're going to open it. So with two thumbs we push them in, making sure everything's lubricated at all times. Push our finger in to about, within a 5 centimetres of the bottom. We'll test that with our little prick tool. We'll go to the bottom, put our finger down there. That's pretty much perfect, and we need that much clay at the bottom to turn our foot rim later on. Pop that back in our tools. Now we're going to pull the walls up. So it's as simple as always keeping hands touching, always keeping our strength here at the side of the wheel basin and this hand. So my inside of my finger and the knuckle on this finger is going to make the first action to pull the wall up, keeping it nice and slippery. And off we go. We just simply, very slowly, very relaxed, pull the wall up and condense the top. Now centrifugal force always throws it out, so I'm going to pull it back in a little bit. Always pulling it back in a little bit, so that the next pull it can come out a bit and we pull it back in again till we get our height. So up we go again. And condense the top and pull it in just a little bit. Very slow movements. It's a very relaxing experience playing with clay. One more pull up. Now this time I'm not going to use my knuckle because that area is too thick. I want to make this as thin. It's my third pull up, which is usually you only need 3 pulls to get it up as high as you need the wall. I'm going to use my fingers close together like so, and still the inside of this middle finger. So I pull the wall up for the last time. Probably as tall as we need it. Compress the top of it. And now we're ready to lean the bowl out. Now you can easily use tools. You can either use your D-shaped rib, or you can use your fingers. I prefer to use my fingers. So with no further ado, you pull your fingers up, you slowly lean the inside finger outwards to give you the shape of a bowl starting to happen. Now you're not lifting up anymore, you're just shaping. So you're just very slowly bending the clay to where you want it. Again, we're just going to bend it out a little bit further. Right out to about here should do. Looking after that rim to compress it again. Take a little bit of the moisture away from the middle. You can see it's not a really wet job, it's just because it's quite dry. We've got a little chamois in here as one of our tools just to give us a lovely little rim around the top there. Some people choose to take some of the weight out of their bowl at this stage with one of their tools. We're ready to take this bowl off the wheel head. So we pull out our triangle tool. We just take the bottom skirt of that bowl off so that it leaves a little edge for our wire to go underneath to cut it off. With the wire, you're holding it with both fingers down, pushing onto your wheel head, really down hard onto your wheel head. Have your wheel just spinning very slowly. Wind it through towards yourself, and that's it, it's done. See you in a minute about turning your foot rim and your bowl is complete. Bye.